Okay, I am going to show you guys how we clean out Tristan's extensions for his feeding tube. This one is the McKee feeding tube extension. We have the AMT Mini 1 button. Most of the time we use the AMT Mini 1 extensions. I like them better. We do a blenderized diet, and then with the fatter tube it just seems to run better and not get clogged up as much. But today we have a McKee extension. I clean them all the same exact way. So here we have the extension. I take a 60 ml syringe without the plunger. I squirt a little bit of soap into it, just regular old dish soap. I'm going to put it into the very top. I'm going to get our water nice and hot. I actually leave the temperature of our water heater turned up specifically for cleaning out Tristan's feeding tubes. It just works a lot better if you can get really hot water for this. So when it's nice and hot, I close the med port, otherwise you get water spouting out right there. I'm going to go ahead and fill this up. I'm going to get lots of bubbles in there, which is what I want. I'm going to let the water run through, and it's going to push out whatever formula or blend is still stuck in the tube. And now I like to let the bubbles run through because that really just seems to help scrub out the inside of the extension. Okay, now this is what's really going to get it clean. I take our clamp. I'm going to bring it up to the top, not quite all the way. I'm going to leave it about an inch or so away from the top. And I'm going to clamp it right there. I'm going to grab a hold of the tube itself, not the port up at the top, because I've done this more than once. If you grab a hold of the port at the top and you clean it like that every single day, eventually that port's going to pop up, which, yeah, really makes it unusable. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and clamp it. I'm going to grab a hold of the tube itself, and I am going to run the clamp all the way down the tube with it closed, okay, all the way down to the bottom. And I'm going to unclamp it and bring it up about an inch or so away from the end of the port. I like to kind of squeeze the tube right here. That helps get, gunk tends to build up right around that edge right there, and the clamp doesn't quite go all that far. So I can use my fingers to just kind of pinch it, and that will get rid of any gunk that's sitting right there. So, and once again, I'm going to have it up about an inch or so from the end. I'm going to clamp it, grab a hold of the tube itself, and I'm going to run the clamp all the way back to where we started. Just a minute, baby. I'm going to open it back up again. I'm going to run some cold water through it now, kind of rinse it out. Sometimes you'll need to open up the med port, rinse that out too. And I'm going to show you a new tool that I have found. I was searching online for sippy cups for my daughter, who is not a tubie. And I found a whole bunch of the sippy cup cleaners. They have, this one is the OXO brand. It has different tools. Like this is for poking out the little holes in the top of a sippy cup. They get gunk built in it. This is supposed to be for straw sippy cups. This tool, this is exactly why I bought it. This is awesome for getting down inside the tube. So if you got stuff all built up right here, this fits perfectly inside the top of the tube. You can really help scrub it out. It fits in the med port as well. So you can do the same thing there. I can't remember exactly how much it cost. I got it off of Amazon. I want to say it was like $5 or something like that. And the other little pokey tool, that thing is really awesome for down here if you get a bunch of gunk kind of stuck in there. That fits in there perfect. Really helps clean out anything that's stuck around there. I haven't figured out a tool yet for this big fat one. I'm sure I'll figure out something that I can do with that. I mean, I guess you can scrub it on the outside. There's stuff built up there. But this was well worth it. We also have another one that was really similar to that. This, which actually, I believe we got this out of a tray cleaning kit. And it's almost the same exact thing. And then if you don't have either of those, you can also, sorry, Tristan's really noisy right now. You can also use a pipe cleaner. You know, if they're cheap, they're easy to come by. My only problem with the pipe cleaner is that, one, the end of it, the metal, is free, so it can be pokey. So, yeah, you have to be careful not to poke holes in your feeding tube. And then also, it's kind of, sometimes it leaves fuzz on the inside. So, I just figured out that I really like having something that I can reuse like this. If you don't want to drag the clamp down it, you can, some people also use the back of a butter knife. You can lay that down, take the back side of the butter knife, and just kind of scrape it down your tube. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, back again. Hey, like I was saying, you can use the back end of a butter knife. I just find it a lot easier to use the clamp. to run it up and down, and it just seems to work better for me, but some people prefer the butter knife. If you use just regular old tap water to flush or to prime your tube, you can just go ahead and do that right now. Just run your water. You don't want to run it really strong or you end up with a bunch of bubbles. So I just go ahead and fill it up and clamp it. And there we go. It's all primed and ready to go. Kristen, don't play tag with the dog. I'm going to clean all the water off so it's not all soaking wet. I normally put our Medport cover on right now. You can find these. Tristan. I sell these on Hyena Cart. So you can find me at hyenacart.com/tubelicious-tushies, or you can also find me on Facebook as Tubelicious-tushies. But this just snaps right around your Medport and the tube, and this will keep it closed so it doesn't, feed the bed or the couch, everything else. Tristan, hang on, he's climbing under the camera. Anyway, so now that this extension is all ready to go, I also wanted to show you that after we clean feeding tubes, we normally have a couple of them that are going all at the same time. I put these little hooks right next to our sink. So after I clean them, like I'll clean a couple of them at a time, I can hang them up here and leave the tube open, and then whatever is stuck inside of it can just kind of drip dry. And we have a little dish mat that's down here that's supposed to be, for dishes and such, but it just drips onto that and keeps everything all nice and dry. And then they're clean and ready to go for the next time that I use them, because we normally use the short ones, the 12-inch ones for the daytime, and then the 24-inch ones for nighttime. So, yeah, they're so helpful. Anyway, so that is how we clean Tristan's feeding tube. Tristan, let go. Thank you. That is how we clean Tristan's extensions. If you guys have any questions, please feel free. Let me know. You can contact me on Facebook. Leave a message here, or you can find me on Tubelicious-tushies. FeedingTubeAwareness.org should have my link in there somewhere. So, if you guys have questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks. Bye.